Currently late March, which means that we are deep into the excitement of March Madness. And even if you're like me and you're not a huge basketball fan, it's a fun time. It's a lot of thrills. There's the upsets. Who doesn't love an upset, right? For those of you who are like me, who have lofty ambitions, who want to elevate and propel our lives and our businesses forward, I think there's one really important lesson that we can take away from these upsets and from what we see from these kids right now. I want to dive into that today. My name is Patrick Menefee, and I'm a mindset and success coach. And my entire job is to help you and my clients live a more intentional, fulfilled, and successful life. Part of the way that I do that is through these videos. And so every single Monday, these come out. You can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you see them every week when they come out. If you want more, I also have a newsletter that comes out every other Monday called the Menefee Monday Motivator. The link is down in the description for you to subscribe. Now, living here in North Carolina, I think it's only natural that I have to talk about the NC State versus UNC upset in the ACC tournament. And what fun would it be if we didn't talk about Kentucky getting upset by an Oakland team that's not even from California. But there's one really big lesson that I mentioned that I think we can take away from both of these games and throughout the entirety of the tournament. And that is the idea of playing a game to win versus playing a game not to lose. Now, if you look at a team like NC State, when they went through the ACC tournament, they had to win 5 games in 5 days in order to beat UNC. They did this with a depleted roster. They did this with very little depth, and they had one option. It was play every single game all out, play to win no matter what. They didn't have the luxury of trying to plan out 2, 3, 4 days ahead to say, well, I need to strategically make sure that this guy only gets so much playing time so that he's good for Friday. There is no Friday if you don't win today. And they came to every single game with that mindset because they either won or it was over. They put in the work every day. They left it all out on the court every day. They dealt with injuries. They dealt with setbacks. They dealt with everything. And at the end of the day, they came out on top against all of the odds, against better teams. And not only did they win the championship in the ACC, but they went on last night to win the first round in another upset against Texas Tech. That happens because they're deeply invested in this and they're playing to win every single moment of every single game. On the flip side, if you look at a team like Kentucky, who's coming off of last year's tournament disappointment where they got upset as well, they've got that loss in the back of their mind. And a lot of times we feel that type of thing as well. I know what it felt like to lose, and I don't want that again. So I'm going to do everything I can to not lose. But playing not to lose and playing to win are two entirely different games, and they have two entirely different outcomes. When you're playing not to lose, you have an entirely different motivation. You're constantly looking over your shoulder. You're constantly concerned with what's going on elsewhere rather than focusing on right here and now. What do I need to do to win this game at all costs? So what does that look like for us personally? Because I don't know about you, but I'm not stepping on a basketball court in college or professional anytime soon. So here's what it looks like. Let's start with playing not to lose. Playing not to lose, you can call it a number of different things. You can call it playing small. You can call it running from something rather than running towards something. And at the end of the day, it's marked by safety. It's marked by comfort. Playing not to lose a lot of times means procrastination. It means not taking a risk. And as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we become successful by taking and moving through the risk that we have and doing it smartly. But if we're scared, if we're playing it safe all the time, if we're keeping one foot in on something that's more secure, if we're staying at our job, when we know that our dream is outside of that, when we know our dream is out on our own, but we're staying at our job because of the comfort and the security of the paycheck, of the known, of the predictability, of the benefits, we're playing not to lose. When we're even out on our own and we've got one foot in the door because we have an exit plan in case everything fails, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. But if you're so focused on making sure that you don't fail, you're playing not to lose and you're playing an entirely different game and you're playing small. On the other hand, what does it look like to play to win at all costs? In my mind, this is marked, and in my life, this is marked by a very, very clear and emotionally important vision and mission and purpose behind what you're doing. If you have a target that you're shooting for, that you're crystal clear on, and it deeply means something to you, you have no choice but to win. My mission is to transform millions of lives. And to do that, I have a lot of work. It means that I have to put in the work every single day, but that is something that is deeply important to me. To transform lives, to create more intentionality in people's lives, to create more fulfillment in their lives so that they can be more present and they can enjoy the moment as opposed to hoping for a future that may never come. To help them create that future success, to be more successful, that is a type of transformation that I'm deeply invested in and that it stirs something in me that I'm passionate about and that I'm excited about. I have no choice but to win because every single day I have that thought in my head. I have that feeling in my heart that I can move towards that. So it means that I play an entirely different game. It means that you play an entirely different game. It's very different when you're looking over your shoulder and you're running away from something. You can trip. You're not seeing what's ahead of you. You always trip. You fall. It's painful. When you're crystal clear on where you're going, it doesn't mean you're not going to fail. It doesn't mean there's not going to be pain and struggle, but it means that you know what you're doing. It means that you're playing something different. It means that you are driven on a daily basis to do whatever it takes. It means that you're not procrastinating. It means that you're not only focused on safety. It means that you're taking strategic risk as you need to, and you're continually moving forward to get you to your vision. So my question to you is, what game are you playing? Are you playing to win, or are you playing it safe and playing not to lose? And what would it look like if you started playing to win at all costs? So I challenge you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what game you're playing and how this sits with you and what you think. And again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And next week, we'll be back to talk about it again. We'll probably hit on some March Madness again.